Alright, so when you get to this menu, this is where you can change what kind of font you want, height, width, all of that, so you can change how it looks. Since we know this is the size we want, we'll just go in here and we'll type the person's name. And then we'll update this, which is going to be now when you're doing this, obviously it's going to change the size of the engraving box, and I'll show you how you center everything. It's kind of weird. Alright, so if I just hit OK right now, we know the original template is centered, but if you look at the new updated one, it's not centered at all. Now the easiest way I've found to do this is go to your second line and adjust one at a time, but I know it's going to take a few, so I'm just going to backspace a few. And then you just look to make sure it's centered, and then if it's not, you just keep backspacing, but it's not going to let me go anymore. I try not to do the first line because sometimes it'll get a little jumbled, so we'll see if that happens. We'll do a couple more spaces. And then just use your lines to see. To me that looks pretty centered from top to bottom line. So if everything looks good here for you, you're going to come down to this box where it says download, and that's what it's going to download to your engraver. So you click that, then you're going to have to name it once this pops up. So I always name it something that kind of pertains to what I'm engraving. Click OK. And then it's going to do its thing, and a box will pop up saying downloaded. So file download success. If you wanted, you could disconnect your USB at this point. But then you come over here to your engraver, and under file it should be what you named it. And this is where the point of origin comes into play. For me, I kind of engrave these outlines on this board just to help me line up to make sure everything's nice and square. So I'll line it up here to my engraving line, center up this board. Now, if you can see where the red dot is on the laser, that's your point of origin, so that green box. So you're gonna kind of center it. When you come here, since I said point of origin, you're gonna click origin, frame, and then you're gonna watch to see how it frames out. Now this is a good example of how big that template is. It's not going to fit. So we're going to come back to our computer, and all we're going to do is we're going to click this once, and then let me go over here where it's not the point of origin. So you can see your double arrow to kind of scale down. And we're going to scale that down quite a bit. So we're going to leave it like that. We're going to re-download. We'll name it the same thing so we don't take space. If you re-download and name it the same thing, you'll get a message that says there's already a file with that name. Just replace it. Alright, so we got that. Now we're going to recheck it by hitting the origin, frame. Alright, so now we know we're in the ballpark here. So what you can do to move your point of origin is use these arrows for up, down, left, or right. Now the thing is, these are very sensitive, so if you just press the button once, like a normal button, it's going to jump. If you watch, I just click the button, it jumps that much. So you gotta get it dialed in there. I know it's up a little bit, so we're just gonna go down a little bit. anytime you adjust the point of origin, again, origin, frame, and we'll check it. So we're still just a little bit big because we're on the edge of the order. So we're going to re-download and just make it just a touch smaller. And again, you just click it once to highlight it. There we go. Go to the corner to where you get the arrow. There we go. Click and just make it a little bit smaller. Alright. Now we're going to re-download. Replace the one that we just did. Alright, so it's file success. So since we changed the point of origin, again, click origin, frame, now we're good there. So we're just a little high into the right. So I'm just going to come down a little bit. We'll just reset where it's at. So we can just do that a little more. And then go a little to the right. So walk again there, origin, frame. What we're going to do, if you got to like finely tune it, we're just going to bring it down just slightly, but make sure you're still straight. And a little to the left, so I'm just going to adjust it by hand. Looks pretty good to me. So when it looks pretty good there, you're going to come back here, hit ZU, which is this middle button, and if you look, you got a bunch of options that popped up. So you're going to scroll down all the way to the autofocus. When I hit enter, what that's going to do is it's going to raise the base to the laser so it can focus itself. So I'm going to hit enter, it's going to raise it up. Notice it's a lot closer, so I'll get down, and you don't have to hit origin, you just hit frame, and I'm just going to check to make sure nothing shifted when we did it. Right there, it's looking pretty good. So at this time, you just close the top, and you come here, you got your start pause, and you're just going to hit start, and then it's going to start engraving. Once it's done, you're going to come back here to ZU, click it, it's on the Z axis right there on the top, and then you can hit the left and right just to raise and lower this so you can get your item. And that's it. And then to turn the machine off, you just hit your red button, turn your key, that's it.